everybody. That was really loud in our ears, too. Welcome to the Happy Hour. I am Dan Rubenstein, joined, as always, by Matt Ufford. But most importantly, Matt, thank you for being here yet again.
Yeah.
Most importantly, we are joined by SI.com's Maggie Gray. She hosts, she speaks for a living, just like Matt and I try to do, but she does it way better than we do.
No, it is not easy.
Maggie, welcome.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. When you offered to have me come on the show, honestly,
Right.
at first I thought it was a joke. I was like, no way.
No, we
way.
are very...
I'm so excited. Thank you.
We are honored. Look at how you're sitting very
Hands on the table.
professionally.
No, this is the policy at SI. Hands where we
Really?
can see them. Hands where we can see them.
We have zero. We should probably get some policies.
This is true. Our policy is don't have like food all over your person.
No, food we're cool with. You
Don't
can have all the food
jelly
you want.
and jam like a bear all over your face. That's the only real rule. So feel comfortable to do whatever you'd like with your hands.
Okay.
Just
What
you
do
know,
I do with my
what
hands?
do I do? Today we are talking, as always, about the favorite things of the week, and then really we have a summer life bracket.
This is so exciting.
We like brackets because it's organized and we are not. And we have the best things of the summer, and we're going to pit them against each other because what are things unless you can compete them and then
In
pit them
bracket
against
style.
each other? Yeah, in bracket style. So, Matt,
Let's do it.
how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. I don't want to just focus completely on Maggie.
I'm
'cause
feeling good.
She's also a pro.
I feel like Matt looks more summer than
He is.
either of
He's
us
super-
today. You
he's
are
got color.
summer.
Got my
He's got a
Surf O-
surfer on there.
Surf Ohio T-shirt.
It's a skate shop, right?
No, this is I guess I'm getting free plugs now for
Right.
homage.com. It's a T-shirt company.
No, I think Surf Ohio actually is a skate shop in Ohio
Oh.
that they did the shirt for.
I like to think of it as an FU to Hollister. Which is a fake ass
Sure.
surfing company
Yeah.
that like makes no surfboards and it just comes from Ohio.
Does Hollister also come from Ohio?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Have you ever been in a Hollister?
I avoid it. It's just the 21st century version of Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah. Everyone
Same
says like,
company.
"Hey, what's up? What's up?" Instead of like, "May I help you with something?" It's
Oh,
like, "Hey,
sup.
sup." And by the end, you're just like, "Sup, get me out of this
I
place."
don't know what sup.
Sup.
Hollister's fun because that was my childhood. That's actually how I lived. It was all puka. No, anything like
Puka
what I
shells
did.
and plaid shirts?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I did.
Flip-flops.
It has been a little bit rainy these past couple days here in New York, but it's been a fun
We're in a
week.
summer kind of mood.
It's been an exciting week for you. SI
Yes.
Now,
SI Now, powered by Ford.
powered by Ford. Your daily live show at SI.com.
Our daily live show. It
Premiered.
launched this week. We just wrapped our final show just a few hours ago.
Right.
We're on from 1 to 1:30 on SI.com. And wow, I mean, you guys do this every day or mostly every day, so
Yeah.
you know exactly how draining this stuff can be.
This is your
and
second
just-
time live on the internet today.
No, our fifth. Yeah, for me,
Today.
yes.
This is your second time. She has lost her mind.
I am the internet today,
Dr.
which means
J?
we're all in trouble. Dr. J was unbelievable. He's
Chrissy Teigen?
Chrissy Teigen, our savior, Chrissy
Oh,
Teigen.
I love her.
She's so great.
She's
and
great.
she's like a genius, too, when it comes to social media. I mean, she's actually got a lot of layers, and she's just cool. She really is.
Like a cake.
Follow
She
her.
has many
I follow her
layers.
everywhere, like Instagram, Twitter, you name it.
Right?
Security
And she-
cameras.
Yes.
But she's like
In
really
person.
her apartment. She's like really interesting to follow because she's got a cool life and she lets people kind of really see behind the curtain of what it's like to be a supermodel. And she's like totally gorgeous and disarming and just awesome.
But so because this was a big week for you, what was your favorite thing of the week that was not SI Now powered
That was
by
not
Ford?
SI Now powered by Ford.
Yeah,
Check us
something
out
you-
Monday through Friday. 1 to
Something you
1:30.
ate, something you watched, something you saw.
Yeah. Did I have any good meals this week? You know, it's been so busy. It wasn't really a big food week for me, but I did get an advance copy of the Dr. J documentary, and I got to watch
Nice.
it before it came on.
Oh, nice.
And it is really good. I mean,
Is
I'm
it?
not just saying that because I have a lot of friends at NBA TV or anything
it's-
like that. It's really good. It's
Nice.
great footage, really interesting, and takes you back to this time in the league in like the 70s and 80s that was unbelievable. And I didn't realize, because I'm a little too young, to realize just how much Dr. J really was the face of the league in the late 70s, like before Magic and Bird.
Oh, yeah.
There's like that kind of dead zone that no one talks about, and was really Dr. J, because Bill Walton, had this great college career, but then was so injured after,
Yep.
winning a championship with the Trailblazers, and you don't think about those lost years, and he really was the guy, him and like Moses Malone. So.
I like him because in 6 weeks, he and I will have the same haircut in New York with the
Yeah, right? The fro?
the fro's happening. So yeah, no, I'm
Are you
a fan
going
of
all the
Dr.
way?
J. No, I
Okay.
can't. It becomes unbearable
Well,
over the summer.
I feel like it'd be a good summer look for you.
It would be an awful summer look. I had it my freshman year of college. Like,
Okay.
not the full fro, but like as much as it could have been.
Oh, you know what?
It's awful.
This reminds me, because you just said college. I brought you guys some gifts.
What?
Can I give them to you now, or should I
You
wait
may.
till the end of the show?
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Oh man.
Well,
She just
It's-
vaulted to the top of the power
It's really,
rankings.
this one's for Dan.
Wow.
Check it out.
Hold on.
Is this duck related?
What would
Is it
SI be
green?
without the T-shirts?
Oh, look
It's
at
from our
that.
Heisman Trophy tour.
Wow.
And I brought you the Oregon
Woo!
T-shirt. Unfortunately, there's not a Heisman Trophy winner to come out of Oregon, so we just go with the
Well,
logo for now.
That is incredible.
Matt,
Thank you very much.
I did not forget you. I brought you an SI Now mug.
I was gonna say
He does like his mugs.
I was gonna say there isn't a Northwestern player in discussion for the Heisman ever.
No, unfortunately,
So
the
it'd have to be
Heisman tour.
something else.
The Heisman tour did not stop at Northwestern this year.
No,
but,
or ever.
Or ever.
Here we
But
go. I'm gonna put it to use right away. Hopefully it's not too dusty or dirty. There
I
we
was
go.
hoping
For
that you guys
those
were going to
at
have the
home,
beers.
She pulled that out of a Dwayne Reed bag.
It's true.
Classy. Well, thank you very, very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
First guest
Listen,
to
my pleasure. I really am excited to be here. I love you guys. I watch you all the time. I was telling you,
Aw.
your interview with Kenny Anderson was so enlightening. That is so cool when he was talking about being recruited to Georgia Tech. And
Yep.
that was just awesome.
That's Happy Hour fan / guest.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. All right.
Yeah. Go ahead, please continue.
All right. The best thing I had was brisket last night, Franklin
Oh,
Barbecue. That's
jerk. You're
yeah.
such a
Yeah, that's
jerk.
really
it was
good.
it was really good. Matt, best thing you saw, ate, watched, whatever.
I'm gonna do 2 quick nods. One was the roast pork I had yesterday from Sophie's.
Real
Cuban.
good. Up by the SI office actually.
Yeah,
Sophie's.
Sophie's.
45th and between like 6th and 5th.
I don't
It
get
was
out
delicious.
much
Get out more.
in the day.
Super good. And I also got to give a nod to Game 1 of the NBA Finals. That was
Yes.
It's
a
really
terrific
good.
game.
Last night's game was great.
Terrific
It
game.
was a good time.
Yeah.
It was an outstanding
Tony
time.
Parker will murder you.
He's good and he's ruthless.
Yeah.
And he's French.
He's a little
I don't know what that has to do
He's
with
the
anything.
LeBron
but
killer too, because he was the Finals MVP the last time they played
right.
in
Yep,
2007.
that's right.
Absolutely.
He's looking like an MVP now.
He's got the taste.
I always love, like we were talking about on our show today, like the overreactions after Game 1, because we have so long to go, and like
yeah.
whoever goes back to Game 1, they're like, remember Game 1 of the '93 Finals?
Yep.
Like, who remembers? You remember Game 6? So I think we're gonna remember that moment though.
I think it's
That was an
memorable
incredible
enough.
shot.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Let's talk summer.
Yeah. Okay. Summer's around the corner. Summer actually is now.
Yes.
And I get really excited about summer because I get really bummed out during winter time.
Winter blues.
Yeah.
What's
I
your
get
before you what's your seasonal rankings?
Summer, fall, spring, winter.
Really?
Fall, summer because it's so warm and nice and everything like that. Fall because of football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spring because it's not winter, and then winter.
Yeah, winter's
'Cause it's
dead
winter.
last everywhere.
Yeah.
Unless
What do
you live like an Aspen or something like that.
Yeah,
Do
then
you have-
winter's pretty sweet.
do you have power
You know,
rankings?
I actually like fall the best just because of football, but also I grew up in like the boondocks, and fall is just gorgeous,
Oh,
yeah.
and it really is that happy time. And then I'm gonna go spring
Okay.
because I don't really like extremes.
Yeah.
Then I'll go summer and then winter.
Okay.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I kind of jockey back and forth between summer and spring as my number 2.
Right.
But fall's my definite number 1. You've got football season. It's also a bit more for someone. I benefit from wearing more clothes. Like I like.
I'm also one of those people.
I
Yes.
like the hoodie and like leather
That's
jacket
true.
combination. So that's also when my birthday is.
Okay.
So I'm a fall guy.
So you grew up, I believe, upstate New York.
Oh yeah.
You grew up some of your formative years, St. Louis, outside of St. Louis.
Yeah.
See, I grew up in Southern California, so summer meant like going to Malibu and going to the beach.
Yeah.
So
Tough
that's why.
For me, it
I
was
like
just like spending time at the pool.
Yeah, no,
I,
that's
I
great.
lived at the pool in the summers.
Right,
Yeah.
and were you a lifeguard?
I was a lifeguard, swim team, all that. Good
Oh
stuff.
wow.
Yeah.
Summer
Nice.
job?
Summer job. My parents owned a restaurant, so I was a waitress.
What kind of restaurant?
Like upscale American and
Upscale
catering
American?
and catering. I got catering stories for you. Oh my
Was
god,
it like
people,
macaroni grill?
No, it was better than that. People are so weird at events like parties. Like we have such crazy stories about just guests. Like if I can implore America, I mean, if you're going and invited to a party, just behave. Just drink your drinks, eat
so
your
then,
meal.
what did you think of Party Down then?
Party
Love
Down's
that
a
show.
great show.
It's amazing.
It's a really good show. Although the caterers aren't as like cynical, and we're also probably not as cool and creative. But
Sure.
it's an interesting summer job.
Did you ever cater?
I've worked.
catered myself,
I've
yeah.
worked
Yeah.
as a bartender and at a Hamptons Party.
Really?
Ooh, that's
And
nice.
it was crazy. I was just doing this for extra money for a friend who had like a small catering business, and it's just like I was working as a writer full time, living in Brooklyn. Like I feel like I've like a talented person, like fully sustainable. And I'm just doing this for a little extra money, and I was treated like the help.
Really?
And it was
You are the
very
help.
much.
You were the help.
Yeah.
It was very much like we were in our Hamptons party, and
May I have another olive, please? This one is not good.
The people who were hosting it
Did they
had
tip
like
you, though?
they'd gotten. I got tipped pretty well.
Yeah.
The people who had thrown the party bought just like one case of a certain white wine, one case
Right.
of a certain red wine. And so this woman like showed up and was like, "Do you have any white wine?" It's like, "Yes, this is the only option."
Right.
And she was like, "It tastes like furniture." And it was like, "Do you have any
Yeah,
other?"
it's oaky.
She was like,
That's oaky
she
to
was
some
like
people.
expecting like a full range of white wines, and I was like, I'm sorry, that's the only thing that we've got." You know,
Like,
like
what
and
does
it
this look like, a
it was-
vineyard?
It was my fault that I didn't bring other
Excuse me,
wines.
do you have the Sauvignon? Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
All right, so it's summertime. Let's get into the summer bracket. We do like life brackets here on the Halfy Hour, so let's talk. First matchup, we have the beach against frozen treats. You can take a look at the screen. The beach
Oh, those both look good.
against frozen treats. Which would you rather have during your summer? Which could you not live without more or less?
I'm gonna go with the beach.
I'm gonna go beach
This
as
is an-
well.
this is an-
Yeah,
number
I'm
one.
gonna go beach too. This is like a number 1 seed.
It is a number
It is
one
Yeah.
one
seed.
seed. I will say I've got a People's Pops across the street from me.
Okay.
They've got like the
Is that popsicles?
popsicles.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm a big popsicle fan. There are when both my parents were working and I was like a high school student, there were entire summers where I survived on SpaghettiOs and popsicles.
Just a latchkey
Really?
kid. Wow.
Yeah,
that's
a little bit.
That's another good memoir title. SpaghettiOs and popsicles. The
Yeah.
Matt Ufford story.
Yeah.
All right, so that was pretty unanimous. We have the 2-3 seed in, I don't know what region this is. The
you
Seth
did-
Cohen region.
the South Cohen region.
We have backyard party against going to a baseball game. So you have backyard party. This is specifically the gathering of people, not necessarily the food, not necessarily the drink, but just the idea of hanging out in a
atmosphere.
backyard, tiki torches, that kind of thing. And then you have the baseball game, your cold beer, you're hanging with friends, the fresh grass, everything like that. So which feels more summer to you?
Well, might sound counterintuitive considering I'm a sports reporter, but I
Right.
would definitely take backyard party. Totally. Not just because usually I kind of associate, going to a baseball game now with working.
Oh, true.
But it is nice to chill out at a game. It's just I feel like, you take a big hit in the wallet. It's
True.
expensive
It
to go
is.
to a game
Absolutely.
these days.
Go to a Yankees game, $12 for a beer.
Not
I mean,
okay.
that's crazy.
I'm not sure if that's the right thing that I said, but it feels like it costs that much.
Feels
It could
right.
be more, and it's like
Yeah, maybe more.
$10 for a burger, and the burger sucks. It's not like it's not my favorite thing to do to relax. I do love a baseball game, but
Right.
I don't know. I would take backyard party.
Sure.
Come on.
Two
Yeah.
big things for me. Bathroom availability.
Yes.
Parking. Either one of those things is going to be a pain in the ass and costly in their own special ways
See,
at a baseball game.
as a woman in the whole bathroom scenario at sporting events, the only time we get actually the advantage.
That is true.
It's the one
It's
time.
true.
I've got to say backyard party too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things. It's more my
It's a
speed.
strong two.
And also, if I was living like say in Seattle where I could like walk to Safeco or something like
Right.
that, then I'd be like, well, yeah, maybe.
That's a gorgeous park too.
Yeah,
Good
and
summer
they've
weather.
They've got the Pyramid Brewery right across the street where you can like hang out in this beautiful sunny day. Maybe then I'd give it to the baseball, but in New York, like it takes an hour on the subway to get to
Right.
Yankee Stadium. For me to get to Citi Field, which has some great food options.
Yes, it
They
does.
do, but you gotta
Again-
wait for them.
Again, it's another hour, and
Yeah.
I don't. It's hard for me to justify spending an hour on the subway.
Yeah, even Dodger Stadium for me, which I mean, maybe the most beautiful setting for a
Yeah.
baseball
Yeah.
game with the sun setting over the hills of LA. Such a pain in the ass. You got traffic. You have It's just,
The only thing is, it's also
We're
it's
so
also
old, by
it's
the way.
also the emotional. If you're really a big fan, sometimes it can turn kind of negative because
Yes.
if you're
Oh,
there
yeah.
and the team stinks, or if you're like in the middle of a bad season, someone gets injured, God forbid, things like that. It's like, oh man, not only do we just burn a day and like a lot
Yep.
of money, it's like we just watch our team lose.
All right. On that same note, oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, it is emotional. Now I'm sad.
No, I'll never be welcome back.
Number one seed in the, what would this region be? The grilled flank steak region.
Sure, grilled flank steak region.
The return of football in August. So we're talking about just
Training camp.
having it being in the news.
Yep.
Training camp. I know SI and Peter King. He always goes on
Yeah,
tour.
the big training camp tour.
The big training camp tour.
Get the
So the
bus.
return of that, Hard Knocks, just finding
Yeah.
out cuts, depth charts, all that kind of fun stuff. And then going and renting a vacation house with some friends. So you could be talking about a lake
Oh,
house,
man.
maybe in the mountains, maybe a beach house. Just the experience of gathering with some friends and getting a house.
Now, I think that I don't think I haven't gotten like a vacation rental in something like 3 or 4 or 5. It's like 4 years.
Right.
Was the last time I did it, and it's hard for me because I strongly associate football with fall. It's not like, oh, it's August. I'm not really happy. Like the preseason training camp. It's nice that it's back in the news cycle.
Right.
But for me, it's kind of a wash. Neither one of these is a particularly strong one for me.
Because I had the return of football as a 1. Just having it back in our lives after so much baseball and like, oh, the X Games is on. Hooray!
Yeah.
So
no
like having
Olympics, no
football
World
to talk
Cup.
about,
Yeah.
exactly. I like just being able to turn on my computer. Actually, I don't know if I've turned off my computer in like 3.5 years, but I like being able to flip open my computer.
Yes.
Like, oh, there are new things happening, and I don't know. It's just a warm feeling.
So you're with
to me.
football.
For me, I've actually never gotten a summer rental.
Really?
Yeah, my friends and I never did that, and now I'm feeling like really weirdly jealous that I never got a chance to do it. I'll probably never have a chance to do it, and this is like, so I'm gonna pick it because I know what football's
We've
like.
stirred up some weird stuff.
I feel like the vacation rental is more trouble than it's worth. However, it's hard for me to find like the return of football happens in August. It's hot. I'm not quite like it's not even like anything tangible for me. So I'm gonna give it a
vacation rental.
Slight nod to vacation rental, but
Wow.
Not
I think,
strong.
this is the one thing that I would be like really nervous about with the vacation rental. I mean, it's just like besides like splitting stuff, which
Right.
like I'm just it creates a lot of anxiety. But also just like what if you have couples who are in the house and they break up?
True.
Whew.
There could be
I'm
drama.
still picking
Confined
it. I'm
spaces.
still picking it, but
I'm going vacation rental as well, just because I'm always going to take something tangible over like reading and watching something.
There you go.
I like that.
just Antonio Holmes updates.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got a 2 against a 3. Grilled meat, very, very strong. Are you a meat eater?
Yeah, I
You have to
definitely
make
am.
sure
Big time
sometimes.
carnivore.
Carnivore against the number 3 seed. Water slides and other fun water launching experiences. So we're talking about slip and slides. You know, at the lakes they have like those blobs that one person jumps
Yes,
on.
yes. What
yeah.
about
Got blobs.
tubing?
Tubing counts. Any
Okay.
sort of launching water activity.
Okay.
Against grilled meat.
Still going grilled meat.
Grilled meat.
I think you have a seating problem in this region. I think the grilled meat's the number one. I gotta go.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Getting the grill out is just that is the sign of summer.
Yeah.
I really like being launched in water.
If we're talking about like Memorial Day is kind of the official start of summer,
Yep.
even
Right.
though if you want to argue the calendar and the
What it is.
yeah. So yeah, I would say grilled meat, man. That's just
gonna go
a
grilled meat as
staple.
well.
Here's the thing about the water launching. I don't know. This might be like a gender bias thing,
Right.
but like women's bathing suits,
They're not built. They're not
they're
equipped.
not built for launching. You know,
Right.
they're built for like for sitting, laying,
Sure.
maybe some light swimming,
Some light swimming, just trickling,
very, very
trickling. Yeah.
gentle swimming.
Puppy
So I
battling.
think that adds points towards launching, right?
This is
For
true.
being honest about it.
Yes, it will. You should put that seat up.
I may have to change my vote.
Yeah,
No,
Maggie
no.
has added a wrinkle to this equation. All right, so grilled meat moves on. All right, other new region. What region would this be?
It's chlorinated region.
The chlorinated
Chlorinated
region.
region.
Here we
There
go.
we go.
Number 1, swimming pools. Strong. Number 4 seed, Cabanas. Also strong. So really,
You know,
it goes up against each other.
I know. I saw this one
Right.
when you tweeted this out, and I was
Right.
like, "This one's going to be a doozy."
This is tough. So it's a
Really?
matter of, do you like being in the water, getting wet, being in the sun? Do you like the enjoyable relaxation
Yes.
of being in a cabana, maybe reading a book, having the misters come down,
Ooh, the
water
misters there?
The misters are included in the
Oh,
cabana
wow.
experience.
Jeez, this
Just
sounds
brought
like
a
heaven.
strong cabana.
Right. Strong cabana. I'm not saying misters as in like guys like leafing you.
Sure.
I'm saying misters as in
Yeah, like mist.
There's a child that is walking behind us, which is great. All right, so which is it going to be, Maggie?
This one's really tough. I have to be honest. I grew up with a swimming pool, and I know how
Right.
much joy that brings. I mean,
Your cannonballs, your Marco Polo.
it's really fun. You can swim for hours. It's the best. But now, as I've gotten a little bit older, I think I'll probably take the cabana. Like I don't get a
Really?
lot of time off.
Right.
So the time that I can sit with a book,
Right.
lounge chair, misters. Now that the misters are there,
The misters
that
are
really,
included.
In the
whether
shade.
it's human or mechanical.
Sure.
That really put me over the edge.
Matt?
I gotta go pool.
You're going pool.
I grew up in a pool every summer.
It's a pool society.
And for as much as like we say great things about the beach, the pool has no sand.
Yeah.
Correct.
It is.
Bring back that bathroom
It's
availability.
that clean water.
Bathroom availability.
Clean water. No fish or scary sea life involved.
Correct. Kelp.
That's
There's no kelp.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
strong.
no riptides.
Correct.
This is and like it's a great thing if you're laying out, getting some sun. Oh, I'm too hot. Dive in the pool,
Yeah.
get right back out,
pretty
nice
good.
and wet, feels great.
Now, what is what is socially acceptable as a grown up to
You look at
do
me.
to do?
I direct it that way.
The nation. But what are you supposed to, as a grown up, do cannonballs, do cool jumps off the side of the pool,
Jackknife?
do handstands? Is that okay?
I just go with the dive.
You just go with the dive.
Standard dive.
Well, what do you do
It's
once
classy.
you're in the water?
It's classy.
You just paddle around and hang out, or will you do like flips?
Depends.
And
It depends on the
handstands?
pool. Like if it's just a couple friends, like maybe I'll just like swim there and back. I'm just getting wet, just cooling off.
So you won't say
but-
something like, "Hey, check out this rad handstand."
What,
Or like,
are you 10?
Mom, time me.
I mean, it's
have
pretty
you
cool
been in
that
a
you
pool
can do
since you
that.
were 10?
I
mean,
have.
No,
When's
no.
the last time you tried to do like a backflip though underneath the water? Because if you
I
haven't,
can't. I'll do front. I won't do back.
if you haven't done that in a while and then you do it, it's like checking. It's like getting one of those reality checks where you're just
Right.
like, oh man, that is harder.
It's like-
than when I was younger.
It's like being a very slow person in space. It's like what a backflip underwater. You're just like ah. It looks really bad. I don't know what a slow person in space looks like.
I don't know.
But I imagine it was what I just did.
But no, I think that I think this one goes to swimming pools for me.
I am gonna vote. I'm gonna go Cabana.
Really?
Woohoo.
I like the Misters a
Coming
lot.
over.
I like listen to some music, read some books. I like that, but I really do like. I would go beach over Cabana, but
Wow.
Cabana over pool.
All right, all
That's
right.
where I'm going
Very
with
good,
that.
very good.
Next round we have this was tough. The 2 seed, the scantily clad versus umbrella drinks, and by the scantily clad I mean both. And if you can see the monitor, we're talking about like
We're talking about
beautiful
good-looking
people.
people.
No,
Okay.
we're talking about beautiful people. And also, for better or worse, people that perhaps shouldn't be as scantily clad.
They're called Americans.
They're called Americans. I don't
know-
even. It's not even a weight thing. It's almost like the weird tattoos, very pale.
Yeah,
like
the blotchy skin.
yes,
Yeah.
the weird. Yeah, the.
Can I do a
weirdness.
small story time?
Sure.
Last year I was in Spain and I was at this beach and it was very clothing optional. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, my boyfriend and I, the swimsuits we were wearing probably looked like ski pants. Like that's
Right.
how big they were compared to everyone else being completely naked on the beach.
Right.
Families together. I mean, unlike tops, bottoms.
Wow.
It was
Like
crazy.
little kids running
No,
ar- okay.
adults.
Okay.
Little kids together. Everybody. I've never seen anything like
That's
this
weird.
before. Beach was beautiful.
Right.
So we're walking in the water, and all of a sudden I get stung by a jellyfish.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
twice, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this hurts so bad.
Right.
The fattest, most naked guy on the beach
I like that there are
starts
degrees
going,
of naked.
starts
Continue.
going, Miss, come over to me. He had vinegar. Thank
Okay.
goodness for this guy. He ended up
I
saving
thought,
the
he was,
day.
I thought he was going to urinate on
Yeah,
you.
that's.
No. That
He was
a little
just.
nervous.
He was drinking water all morning,
Honestly,
just waiting for somebody
that
to
I was
get
in so
stung.
much pain though, I probably would have thought about it, but no. So he's like, I got vinegar. So he waddles over, completely naked, completely fat,
Yeah.
goes to open the cooler, and just in front of me and my boyfriend, just right down.
Oh.
Bends over, and I'm like,
man.
my leg, I'm looking up at him, my leg, Anyway, long story short, he saved the day.
Saved the day with
So
his vinegar.
the scantily clad, I owe a debt of gratitude.
Well, at least
to.
you got
Wow.
at least you got to meet Rex Ryan, so that's cool. That's like
Spanish
you're in
version.
sports, like we're both.
The Spanish
oh,
version,
that's
yes,
fun.
yes.
Matt,
Yeah, I do love umbrella drinks, but only when I'm on vacation. I have to be on a tropical vacation to allow myself to have
Really?
umbrella drinks. Yeah.
so if you were invited
I'm not
to like
gonna-
a backyard pool party, maybe
Yeah.
somewhere, maybe it's not in New York, but somewhere, like you're going home or you're going to California in a few weeks, and you go to a pool party. I guess that's technically vacation, but if let's say it's not in a tropical place,
Yeah.
but it's at a pool, and they're like, "Hey, we're making
You're
pina
at Surf,
coladas."
Ohio with a pool drink, umbrella drink.
Maybe like one, but ordinarily like if I go to Hawaii or I'm at like a Mexican beach resort, then I'm like bring the pina coladas, bring the mai tais.
Right, sure.
I just all
I'll take an umbrella drink right now. I will take it right now in the
feels like
middle
a
of New
day
York.
for it.
Rain.
like one is really good, but
Right.
like after like 2 or 3, you're just like this is so much sugar.
It is.
a lot of
See,
sugar.
that's the thing. It's rough. It fills you up. I'm going to go the scantily clad because it's either beautiful or it's kind of hilarious. And you get a story
Yeah.
a la naked spread eagle
I'm
vinegar.
all
Yeah.
about I'm all about the bikinis. Yeah,
Yeah.
So and even I'll tell you what, as a man, I'll show a little bit of leg on the beach.
Ooh.
Will
I go-
you?
I wear the not like speedos, but I like the shorter trunks that show off some thigh.
Like,
Wow.
we're talking about tight?
Not really tight, but I like just like kind of like the
A little bit. It's like the old like NBA shorts.
Yeah,
like the
kinda like
short
that.
A
shorts.
little
kind
NBA
of.
shorts.
It's
All
kind, it's
right.
kind of
Native
retro.
denim.
I do some squats, like I'll show off I'll show off a little bit of thigh.
So you won't do the full European,
No,
but it's
no,
like a
no.
tip of the cap to like, yeah, I get the sensibility.
You know, I was thinking about this with like the NBA playoffs when people were making so much about the fashion
Sure.
statements.
Yep.
What kind of bathing suits do you think I mean, do you think that goes to, because
That's a
they're
good
very
question.
European, a lot of Dolce & Gabbana in those press conferences, lots of Gucci.
I could see a lot. I mean, if I were an NBA player and had the body of an NBA player,
You'd go bikini?
I wouldn't go bikini, but I would go I would go European.
Like kind of
Yeah.
like the
European.
yoga shorts sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I-
All right. Let's
That went to
we
a
gotta
weird
get Maggie
place.
out of here in about
Yes.
5 minutes. So
All
let's
right, here
wrap
we go.
this up.
Speed round. Number 1 seed, cold beer. Number 4 seed, and check out the lovely man on the right.
Oh.
Tans, which are great, and hilarious sunburns. So it's people's appearance changing, your own appearance changing, finally getting color on your skin, if that is your skin after the winter doldrums. So is it getting tan? Is it cold beer?
Cold beer.
I do. This is a little
It's
bit.
tough because he's
You
waiting.
want the burn?
No, not
I
the
don't
burn,
know.
but he wants to get tan.
He wants- to tan.
As a horrifically pale person,
Yeah.
as the close up will show you.
You and I just both really agreed to that really
Yeah.
quick. Horrifically tan, yes.
I appreciate, and I also because I'm a pale person, I'm a very responsible about my
SPF 100.
Get that spray
I'm a
on.
30 guy. But
Right.
I'm all about the spray sunscreen.
Reapplication.
And I like
important.
the I'm never tan for all summer, but like the 2 months of summer that I have like a little bit of color.
It feels good.
It's pretty nice, and I sometimes cut beer out of my diet, which is so I can go without the beer. I
Right.
love the beer,
Right.
but for someone who's shamefully pale for 10 months a year,
Yeah.
I kind of I got to go with a tan.
Now, this is very specific to us since all three of us appear on camera
Yes.
regularly for our jobs. When you see yourself more tan on camera over the summer months,
Yeah.
I mean, do you get more tan? Is that
Well, I mean, I'll just throw up the curtain. I have
Right.
to be tan.
Right.
And I'm actually getting a little pale now, but I do all those tricks, those TV tricks for sure. I mean, there's more stuff like slathered, stapled, like all this stuff all over me. So it's just part of it. It's part of the job, and or I consider it part of the job.
Right.
So no, I'm like the self tanners, all the spray, all the
All
crap.
right.
I'm totally about it. I'll go no filter on that.
wow?
I appreciate your honesty and openness.
No, I do not wake up in the morning and look like this. Someone came, did my hair and my makeup. She's amazing. I love Rose. I can't do it myself.
So are we? So you're saying cold beer?
I'm saying cold beer because I thought we were doing like the burns and tans.
Oh, okay, that's true. Well, it's the hilarity of other people's burns and the
It looks
wonder.
so painful.
It is very.
And I don't think aloe does anything, by the
No.
way. That's
No.
a sham. Why
Yeah.
isn't more people calling this out?
Yeah.
The only thing that really works is just like sitting in like lotion and a
An
refrigerator.
ice bath.
No,
yeah.
you know what works? The cold beer. You just got to forget
you
about
go.
it.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
a good point. I'm gonna go get in tan just because I am vain and I see myself.
You're from Southern
very-
California.
I know.
It's
and
a way
I,
of life.
I don't feel like
And you're not a-
myself.
and you're not a
unless I'm
beer
tan.
drinker.
And I'm not a huge
Wait,
beer
have
drinker.
you guys
Bullshit.
have you guys
It's really
ever
is.
interviewed Dan
Beer.
Marino?
No,
You haven't had Dan Marino come by?
we have not. I
This
don't
guy's
think so.
tan is like epic. It's unbelievable.
Of
it
course
would bring
it
you
is.
to your knees with jealousy. I mean, it's so in there and it's so perfect.
Listen, Dan, we gotta move cold
Let's
beer.
speed.
We gotta go move cold beer to the next round because that's just wrong.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Maggie's vote outweighs both of us.
Okay,
Okay.
fair. Number
I'll take
2
it.
seed, having the ability to wear shorts and flip flops versus TV and movies of the summer. We see the OC, Independence Day,
Ah,
and the
OC.
ability to go inside when
Those
it is
flip-flops.
sweltering. That was a Google image. Thank you. The ability to go inside, enjoy air conditioning when it's sweltering out, maybe see a blockbuster, your Wild Wild Wests, your Independence Days,
You did not just say Wild Wild West.
giant robotic spider, man.
Then this one's all flops.
Season 1 of the OC versus shorts and flip flops.
You know, I watched season 1 of the OC like during November when they played like it back to back.
You
there
didn't
was
watch
a-
it when it was going
There
on?
was an OC marathon.
Oh.
I was actually en route to the States back from Iraq when it originally
Right.
appeared that summer.
You had
So
more important things to do.
Yeah.
yeah, I was
You're a
busy.
little tied up.
I was busy.
I guess.
So I got caught up in the fall. So for me, but for me too, I'm a flip flop guy. My people make the easy joke is like, oh, I hate wearing pants. For
Right.
me, it's shoes with laces. They're a prison.
Really?
They're a prison.
This like reminds me of when Jerry's like Elaine just doesn't want to shake up anything anymore, you know,
Right.
and Jerry's like, really, you can't do this, like really,
Yeah.
you can't tie your shoes.
No, I hate it. Hate it.
Really?
Hate it. I'm all about like slip-on shoes and flip flops are the best.
I'm gonna go flip flops here as well. Feet comfort to me is of the utmost importance. The more comfortable your feet are, the more comfortable you are. When it's cold and wet out and your feet are warm, thick socks, it's great. When it's hot out and your feet are airy and cool, life is good.
Yep.
I'm actually gonna go TVs and movies on this
Really?
one.
No shame.
You know, here's the thing: flip flops. I wear them. I own them. They annoy me. They flip. They flop. Going down the subway stairs. They're annoying to everyone else. I feel like a child.
Did you just describe flip flops as they flip, they flop?
Yep.
The sound.
Just making
it's
sure.
onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
They flip and flop.
Yeah.
And they annoy me, the sound, even though I do wear them. But I like that, you're talking about being cool, staying dry. Well, nothing beats being inside in a summer movie.
That's
and
true.
expect for like the
That's good.
Independence Days and all that stuff, but then sometimes you get like a Wes Anderson movie or something that will drop in the summer.
Yep.
Or you get caught up on your OC, or you can
You get some outdoor movies too.
Oh,
By
you
that,
know,
like
they-
at parks. That's
That's
always
good.
fun.
drive-in.
Little drive-in. Yeah, it's
Somewhere.
1957.
It's 1957. Drive in, see Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. I don't know what was coming out back then, but
I don't know what that was. In the Mood by the Glenn Miller Band.
I would say we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
going to the big finish.
Let's
Lightning
each,
round.
Lightning round.
let's
Nice.
not even a lightning round, but I think we should just each pick our own favorite thing from the summer.
Our
The
own
top thing
favorite
from the bracket.
We gotta
from
get-
all of that.
we gotta
okay.
get Maggie out of here.
Maggie,
I'm sorry.
You got-
I would stay all day.
it's okay.
You got places to be, and we respect that.
I'm sorry. I do have somewhere to be.
Yes. All right. So, what is your all-time
Can
number
I see
one
it again?
pick? You may.
I mean, I'm just gonna go with the
peruse.
grilled meats, but let me just give it
As
another
a formality.
You know what? I mean, I think I'm actually gonna go Cabanas. I really would. I
Cabanas.
wish I was in one right now.
Wow.
It would be
Wow.
great. The Mister, the books, the music,
Right.
the idea that I can sit and do nothing for a while is just
Right.
so appealing.
Wow, it is very nice. Matt, your number one.
The scantily clad.
the scantily clad.
I'm an animal, Dan.
Right.
I like
Just being
bikinis
honest.
pretty much more than anything else in
Right.
summer. It's bikini
You'd like we
season.
do this thing called the SI swimsuit issue? You
I have
should
heard
check
of
it
it.
out.
I
I should have
have.
brought you one.
Yes. Or Kate Upton.
It's
that would have been
popular.
fun too.
Yeah, she's popular.
He can apply the SPF 30
Yep.
that he has.
Yes.
I am going to go with the Spanish guy that Maggie ran into on the beach as my number one.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to go with Backyard Party as my
That's
number
nice.
one thing
You
of
know,
the
that-
summer.
that seems to suit
It's
you. You're a
it's-
social guy.
I'm a social guy, but it is inclusive of your grilled meats too, and your
true.
cold beer and your
You're-
umbrella.
Could have a
drinks.
cabana.
You're trying to bring
I'm
in the
umbrella,
umbrella.
drinking everything.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yes, I mean obviously those things are included in that. But I'm gonna go Backyard Party. It's a good time. It's social. It's people. You can wear your flip flops to it.
You can.
So it includes a lot of these
Ice
items.
cream, even the lower seed
Frozen
stuff. You know,
treats.
frozen treats.
So I'm going Backyard
Fair
Party
enough.
here. All right. Her name is Maggie Gray. She is a delight. Check her out every day on SI.com, not just with SI Now presented by Ford, but she is the anchor to all of SI video on SI.com. So be sure to check out Maggie. Maggie, thank you very much.
Guys, thank you. This was really fun.
Hey,
and
thanks for being here.
I'm really in the mood to go find a cabana.
Our number one guest of cabana-related ideals. All right, Maggie, thank you very much, and we will see all of you lovely people next week.